Hi everybody, this is Diane Hunt, Diane Hunt Studio and Paint Nature Connect. It's another Mix It Up Monday and I'm going to be showing you how to mix up another batch of paint. Let's change over to my palette and we'll get started. So here's my palette for today, and this is the color that I picked out. It's called Orchid. It's sort of a pale purple, and looking at the color, the value scale, it's on the lighter end. It's probably about an 8 or a 9 in the value. So it's going to be on the lighter end. So we're going to need some white to get started. Now purple's going to be a little tricky because you have different blues and you have different reds. And blue and red will make a purple. So depending on which blue and which red you pick, will give you different colors of purple. So sometimes it's a little bit tricky trying to figure out which blue and which red to add to get to the right purple. Looking at this color, I'm going to go with the middle blue that I have here, which is cobalt blue. And I'm going to add a little bit of that to the white. To give me a pale blue. And then I'm going to add some, I think I'm going to try Permanent Rose to get up to a purple. Wow, that red's really strong. So send it way to the red side. So I need more blue. And now it's more blue than my sample here. So I can see that my sample is going to be more to the red side. So I'm going to add in a little bit more red. See if I can't get it closer. So on the camera, it's looking very blue, much bluer than my sample. But in real life, it is looking a little bit more blue, but it's closer to the sample. So I'm going to add a little bit more red. And I'm going to add a little bit more white because it's a little bit darker than my sample. Bring it back up to a brighter color. So that's getting very close now. As you can see, it's the sample's still a little bit darker than the paint chip. So I'm going to add a little bit more white to it. See if I can't get it closer. Now, mixing color is all about, trying this and trying that. No matter how long you've been painting, you still need to do this. It's part of the process, and it's fun to do. The more you do it, the better, quicker, faster you get at it. But sometimes you come across a color that you don't use very much, and it can trip you up a little bit. But it's all about experimenting and trying different things until you get closer to the color. So that's pretty close there now. Still a little bit bluer than my paint chip. So I'm going to add a touch more of the red. Now it doesn't take much sometimes, so I don't want to add too much at one time. And that's a mistake that a lot of beginner painters do. They need to add a color, and then they add too much of it, so it goes way the other way again. But you have to do a little bit at a time. Some of these colors are very strong, and not much. It doesn't take much sometimes to drastically change the color. So now you can see that it's very, very close to my sample. So I'm happy with that color. It's a pretty color. It's not a color I use a lot of, but it does come in handy for certain things, and you'd be amazed at some of the places you see a color like this. Yeah. So there you have it. So that was cobalt blue and permanent rose and titanium white. And so there you have it. So switch back to my other camera now. So, it takes experimentation to learn how to mix these colors. And like I said, the longer you paint, the faster you become at uh, judging what colors you're going to get from different colors on your palette, and the quicker it happens. But when you're a beginner painter, you don't know which ones will do what, and the only way you can learn is by grabbing some and trying that one. And if it doesn't work, then just scrape it off and try a different combination. Eventually, you'll find from doing that, you'll be able to get quicker and quicker at learning what your colors will give you and getting to the colors that you really want. So it's good to do this even when you're not working on a painting. It's fun to do on your spare time, just a few minutes here and there. Take a couple colors and try to figure out what'll mix, what you need to mix to get that color. It doesn't take much paint, it doesn't take much time, and it's a good exercise, even for somebody as experienced as I am. So give it a try. Love to see what you find out. And if you're having trouble coming up with a color that you have tried mixing and you can't get to it, send me a sample of it, and I'll see if I can help guide you to what colors you need to get to it. This has been Diane Hunt Studio and Paint Nature Connect, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.